Hey, this is David Owen.
And this is Marian Cowagowan.
And this is You Show Me Yours Rewatches Degrassi Junior High. And this time it's season 1. We're still in season 1. Episode 11, It's Late.
Yep, this is the one, folks. That if you only remember this one thing about Degrassi Junior High, it's this one. It's Spike with the hair and eventually the baby.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's the it that is late?
Spike to school.
Yeah, I was not aware that being late to things was a symptom of pregnancy, or were they just trying to avoid talking about? No, she does talk about her period. So
she does. It's a creative writing 101 sort of. So what I've done is I've put a sub theme in here that Spike can. She's never on time to school anymore. That signifies her slow fall into depravity. Yes, I'm a serious writer. Gotcha with that one. Yep, killed it.
Yeah.
I'm a serious writer. I write about kids.
But yeah, as someone who has been pregnant, like that was not a thing. I mean, put it this way: I was late to things all on my own, not being pregnant.
Yes. Yeah. If you were pregnant from the first time I met you,
that's true. I've been pregnant for more than 20 years now.
You were late. You were late to the.
But I guess it's, like first trimester, you're often tired. So, fine. And she's snappy and the reason she's snappy is that she is worried because she's figuring it out. So, backtrack. Should we talk about the B plot first, just to get that out of the way? Because that is the standard Arthur and Yick shenanigans, except a little bit sweeter this time.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically, Yick has a crush on Melanie, and he turns to Arthur for help in wooing her.
The mistake of all mistakes.
Yeah, God bless Arthur. Like, he at some point is going to be such a good husband.
Yeah.
But today is not that day.
Yes. He's going to be a very attentive lover.
Yes. He's going to be he's a wife guy. He's going to be in love with his wife or his partner of any, and he will talk them up, be their hype man, etc. But right now is no.
You have a hell of a polycool.
Oh no, I don't want to think about that. Sweet baby Arthur.
Yeah. So Yick goes to Arthur for advice, and the first thing Arthur says is, "You got to stretch out the neck of that shirt a little bit. Get a pen on there.
Put a pen, yeah. Like the weight will.
Do you have a highlighter or something?
Yeah. And maybe get 2 keys on a chain, and that'll do it too. But yeah, so Arthur's first tip is you got to compliment her.
Yeah.
And then he says something like, if you compliment her, she can't say no. And I was like, oh no, she can.
Yeah.
That's no, we're not taking away her ability to say no here. But I like the way you're thinking, but I'm going to correct you on that.
Arthur learned everything he knows about women from the porno.
Ew. Oh.
What was the name of that porno?
Swamp sex maniacs, something like that. Well, yeah, and what he tells Yick to say to Melanie is that your eyes are so blue they're like swimming pools. Although I was looking at her when he tried that, and I couldn't even tell if her eyes are blue.
Yeah,
they look brown.
I was like,
but okay. He's got big George McFly energy. Because he's so nervous that he messes up, and he doesn't say swimming pools; he says pimming swools. And Melanie's completely confused, and of course she's standing with Kathleen. Like, don't approach a girl when she's with her mean friend.
Yeah,
maybe they don't know that Kathleen's mean. Maybe these sweethearts haven't figured that out, but she is.
Yes,
and also just even if it's a nice friend, just
be cool. You gotta. Women respond very well when you corner them in a stairwell alone.
Yeah,
that's also sexy.
Yeah, they like to be put on the spot and pressured into things. But anyway, so Melanie is just completely confused and then completely amused by pimming swools, and Yick just slinks away and is mad at Arthur, even though in this case that was you. That was not a great idea, but you're the one who messed up the execution, friend.
Yeah.
And then he's still trying to figure it out. Arthur grabs a vase of flowers off a teacher's desk and says to Yick, "Here, give these to Melanie." And Yick does, and just like thrusts them in her face.
Right into her face.
And she instantly has an allergy attack, which I don't think that's how allergy attacks work. But okay, and instantly starts sneezing. And she's with Kathleen again.
Yes.
She's allergic. Get away.
Oh,
you know,
you're such an idiot.
And Yick finally is like, "Listen, I'm not taking your advice anymore, Arthur.
Enough of these games."
Although, like, you know, props to Arthur for trying.
Yeah.
Like, not even an A for effort, like a B for effort.
Yeah.
F for execution. But so, like, good on Arthur for helping. But finally, Yick's just like, "Hey, Melanie, I'm sorry I made your knees, but to make it up to you, can I take you skating?"
Yeah.
And it's very smooth and suave. And she's like, "Oh, okay." But she does her Melanie thing where she's like, she's been reading her horoscope the whole episode. And she says, "What's your sign?" And he says, "What's Pisces, Aquarius, something like that." And she says, "I'm a Cancer," which I know very little about astrology, but I was like, yes, she seems like a Cancer. I don't really know. She says, "We're not really supposed to get along, but I guess it's okay."
She says, "But you are a boy, and this is a date, so I guess it's okay." Like,
and he wisely does not absorb that backhanded compliment there. Yes. And then they go skating and they seem like they have fun. And that's it. We never tune in next time to see if it's Yick and Melanie forever. I suspect not. But But yeah, that's very cute though.
Sure.
Melanie is on this rewatch one of my favorites because she's just so, I wrote down adorable. Like she wants so bad to be grown up, but she's not forcing it like Stephanie does. But she's just like very ready for all the adult experiences that life is going to bring. And Yick is just trying very hard to be tall and a ladies' man and etc.
Yes, unsuccessfully.
Speaking of
successfully,
speaking of people who are rushing into adulthood. So there's a party at Lucy's, and if you've been listening to our whole rewatch, you know that when Lucy is involved, things can go wrong real fast. Evidently, the family counseling that they were having after she was arrested for shoplifting didn't happen. It didn't take. I don't know.
It's not working.
She's having a party at her house and her parents are not there. And Shane and Spike, and we've met Shane briefly. He was a bathroom advice guy.
Yeah.
And he's been around in some things. They sneak into one of the bedrooms and we see them kissing. And then we see the twins outside. They're trying to find Spike and they're knocking on the door like, "Spike, come on. What are you doing in there? What are you doing?" No answer. So we, the viewers, know. Wink. But Heather and Erica are so innocent. They don't know. But before they went in there, Shane and Spike were hanging out and they were smooching a little bit. And then Joey and Wheels come over. And what does Joey say that was so gross?
Oh,
it was like there's room
for everybody or something.
It's just like, oh God. I mean, we've all seen this guy before, if not in real life, the character. And you know that the second he is confronted with a woman who is like, "Oh yeah, take me right now," he'd be like, I hear my mother calling me. I have to go." Like he is all talk.
Oh yeah.
All, as they say in Texas, all hat, no cattle.
Yes.
All sizzle, no steak, etc., etc. But even knowing that, it's just so gross.
Oh yeah. And Joey's like, it's like he's at times like he's written by different people, which very possibly he is, because later in this episode, which we can talk about later, when the time actually comes, he actually has like a level-headed response to something that Shane says. So it's like, who is this person? Where's the character consistency?
Yeah, and I get that like people are complex, especially teenagers, and you are, like you're putting on a front when you're with your friends, and then you're different with this friend or with your parents or whatever. But like, this is so inconsistent. It doesn't, and it also like he's supposed to be a charming guy, and he's just gross sometimes. So, but anyway.
But he's that obnoxious version of charming that there is some, I don't know if this is ever a plot point, but there is some Degrassi girl who pines after him.
Oh, 100%.
He's so hot.
He's
various hats.
He is. He's cute, and
Sure.
he's funny, and in that sort of class clown kind of way, and he's charming when he wants to be, and he's no, definitely. When I was 13, 14, whatever, I thought he was pretty cute.
Oh, sure, yeah. We also get a classic loudspeaker summoning him to the office.
Yes, it was not there. It's not enough for a C plot, but just Joey Jeremiah come to the principal's office on the double.
Yeah. He's up to his shenanigans again.
Classic Joey. Joey F. Jeremiah, F for felon.
Yes, probably.
But anyway, so the sex happens. We assume. Cut to approximately a month later. Spike is being dropped off at school by her mom, and her mom is doing the very unhelpful thing of just ragging on the teenager and why can't you show a little consideration, and it's hard raising you on my own, and blah 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 blah, and you just gotta shut your mouth, drop him off. Hey, I hope the day gets better. I love you. Or maybe not even that.
Well, but it's but she's like, I have to deliver this exposition.
Yes.
How will the audience know I'm a single mother
if I don't say it?
I work at a hair salon.
Yes.
If I don't say it.
So yes, but if you are watching this show for parenting advice,
we don't.
No, don't. If you're listening to this podcast for parenting advice, also don't. Don't. But yeah, you just gotta, you can't talk, which is hard for me because I always want to talk and give a lecture that fixes everything, and it never fixes it. But anyway, so Spike is late, and Mr. Radich exposits that she's been late twice this week, and it's unusual for a promising student, and so we see that
she's throwing her future away.
Spike has so much to lose.
Yes.
And her mother, we can intuit, is counting on her to fix the family, because later we find out that Spike was born when her mother was 17. So if you do the math, Spike's mom is 31, going to be a grandmother.
Yes.
At an age when I was not yet a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that means I was old or...
Little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. So basically, her period's late.
Yes.
And she's not taking a pregnancy test. And you might ask, well, why not? They're so easy to get. No, not really. They're very intimidating. The twins talk her into going to the store to get a test. And so for anyone who has not seen a home pregnancy test, they're just like a stick that you pee on the absorbent end, and then you sit there and wait for the pee to get soaked up into the little thing, and at some point
it works a lot like a COVID test.
Yes,
most people have probably done those.
Yes.
You put liquid in a place, and then that liquid slowly wicks up to the sensitive patch, and which has the chemicals,
activates or not the part, and it takes I don't know, 10 minutes max. There's different ones, but I think it's down to 5.
There's been an arms race of how fast can we make this pregnancy happen.
Also, what's funny is they didn't get into this, but the other arms race is how soon can you take it? 2 days before your missed period, which I was like, you haven't missed it yet if you haven't, but okay.
Well, but you suspect.
Yeah. But anyway, but no, this is not like that. It looks like kind of a miniature still.
Yeah, it's like a chemistry set.
Yes,
it's got one of those doors, like a vehicle for a GI Joe has, where you can turn it back and see what's inside the box.
Yeah,
and it looks like a chemistry set.
What I would have given to see her. Not to see her take this test, how does it work? And then they're looking at the different boxes, and this takes 2 hours. Oh, this one is faster. It only takes an hour. What?
What the hell?
I know, when we were being conceived, home pregnancy tests weren't a thing. You had to go to the doctor. But this is 1987. This doesn't feel that. I mean, like I know it's a long time ago, but
that is
well, I guess
less than 10 years.
Oh dear God, it's closer to when we were conceived than
Yes.
when I was using pregnancy tests. So, yeah. Anyway, this is a complicated thing, and so she buys this test, which probably is not cheap, and then she doesn't take it.
Yeah.
Because she gets home and her mom is trying to make nice.
Well, first of all, she commits the cardinal sin. If you're trying to be sneaky, you don't walk in holding the package that's going to definitely, like, you're already late,
right?
And because that's you don't walk in just holding the package and then try to hide it when your mom asks what it is,
right?
Like, well, come on, Spike.
And based on the way that her mom insists that she needs to see the pet, like, this is a pattern. Like, you could have predicted this,
yes,
right?
100%.
She's trying to hide it behind her back, and her mom's like, let me see it. No, but we don't have any secrets. Well, okay, first of all, you should a little bit. And then her mom barges in, and Spike's like, fine, you want to see what it is, and throws it at her, and then now we know. Yes. So they've bought this pregnancy test, which probably was not cheap, and then the next day her mom's like, well, we'll go to the clinic. It's just and if you are pregnant, you'll be seeing this doctor anyway. And I'm like, okay, this is just a foregone conclusion, really. I don't.
Well, she wants to be sure, right? And you have to assume that perhaps they were not pregnant. Those pregnancy tests. Even if she got a positive, she would need to go and get a confirmation anyway.
That's true. That's true.
But it's it brings them closer together. They have a heartfelt hug as she is, crying about the pregnancy test. About the one that she brought in.
Right.
They have the moment where she throws it, and then her mom's like, "Oh no, Christine, no." Like, oh, I'm sorry about that reaction.
But I'm not really happy about this. But there's a nice moment the next day. So they've just been hanging out in the car outside the clinic waiting for, I guess it still takes 2 hours for results of the clinic too. And Spike had told Shane, hey, I'm taking the test at the clinic. Come, meet me. And they go in together to get the results.
Yeah.
And Spike's mom is very, cheerful and smiley and you're so grown up. And as soon as Spike is out of sight, she just collapses.
Yeah.
And cries a little in the car. And I thought, and like, again, this show does not, it centers on teens. Parents are in there as little as possible.
Yeah.
It's never going to be about the parents' reaction to this, but I thought that was an excellent angle to include because, like, God, can you imagine? Like, how hard it was to be a teen parent, and you have raised a kid who, by Mr. Radish's exposition, we know is pretty smart and together, and we've seen her, and she's sweet, and she's and then now here she's
there's even been comments about her going to college by her mom to, like, one of her clients.
I just I can't, like, the weight that I feel as a parent watching this, like, I'm not gonna hug Spike because, like, whatever, you messed up, you'll get enough hugs, but, like, her mom, come here, honey. I'm so sorry.
But in the meantime, there's a man going through some trauma as well. Come on, we got to cover that.
I don't care.
Equal time.
I don't care. You can care about it.
Yes. Well, but it happened in the show, so we got to talk about it.
Sure.
Yes. So Shane is also, going through some stuff. Initially, he is oblivious. I mean, it's not like there's hints. She's just, Spike is just cold to him, won't talk to him. As far as he's concerned, they're going steady because they sealed the deal. And he's trying to figure out what's going on. And then, she finally is like, do you really want to know? It's kind of, that's Spike's MO, is just be pestered by someone and resist until a breaking point. And they go, do you really want to know?
Throw it in their face. Yeah.
Here's the truth.
Literally or figuratively.
And she tells him, and his initial reaction is to just slowly back away and leave.
He's like Homer Simpson backing into the bushes there.
Exactly. Yeah. And then then we have a twist of the turntables, how they have turned here.
Bathroom advice guy.
Advice guy is looking for advice in the bathroom, and he asks Joey and Wheels for advice.
Two of the least qualified people to give advice on this particular subject. But...
Only second to Arthur, as far as people you wouldn't ask about this situation.
Yes.
Yick might even give better advice than these two.
And this whole time, Joey especially has been trying to figure out, do you think they did it?
And he's like, tell us what it's like. And to which Shane is like, well, you've done it, right? And he's like,
Joey's,
of course.
Lots of times.
But I mean,
lots of times. But I just want to know what it was like for you,
Yeah.
Every so often we're watching this and there's a discussion like that, and I'm like, oh my God, they're 13.
Yes.
Like, I cannot imagine. Like, I know there are 13-year-olds who have sex.
Sure.
I cannot imagine. Me at 13, like, my attraction to boys was just theoretical.
Yeah.
Like, if I'd been presented with an actual boy to kiss or more, I would have just like giggled and run away. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know how a 13-year-old actually has sex. I don't know how it happens.
At 13, I was still playing with Legos and like action figures and stuff. Like, I was not ready for that.
No. And anyway, but they did. So so Shane is like, well, I don't know, you guys are the closest people who here to ask advice from, so okay, what would you do?
And I believe this is the point where, this sort of a different conversation, but at some point Joey we have the flip-flop Joey, the wise Joey, where Shane is like, basically, well, that would be the girl's problem, right? And Joey's like, no, it'd actually kind of be your problem too.
You were there,
like,
so
you're kind of 50% responsible for this.
Yeah.
In a rare moment of non-sleazebaggery, Joey is like, oh yeah, you got to live up to your responsibilities, man.
Yeah, you didn't realize you were taking on responsibility, but you were.
Yes. Yeah. So the flip flop. Even Joey sees that.
Yeah. Well, and Shane is. I'm not sure if this fits a particular type of person or if these are at odds with each other, because right here he's like, oh, that's the girl's problem.
Yeah.
But then when he's talking to Spike later, I think she's not sure if she's pregnant yet, but she suspects. And she's like, I could get an abortion. And he's like, no, you can't. That's a baby. You're
killing a baby.
And I'm like, okay, you cannot have it both ways, friend.
Right. Yeah, you can't be like, I don't want anything to do with this baby, but you can't.
You have to have it. That I'd like, no. Like, and I sympathize a little bit with boys and men, because that's a really tough needle to thread.
Sure.
Right. You can, and I like, you can have feelings about it. You don't get to make the final say.
Sure.
But you've got to be supportive, but not encouraging one way or the other. Like, that's tough. And sometimes I think, what would happen if our son came home and was like, hey, grandma, how would I expect him to behave? And I don't know. I just try not to think about it. I hope it won't ever happen. So I feel for boys in this situation. Not so much that I'm going to let them off the hook for anything.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
more concerned about Spike in the long run. But anyway, and they have this, Spike says, it's not a baby, it's a fetus. Like, well,
yeah.
If you think that it's always a baby, then it's always I don't know. Anyway.
Well, she's
yeah.
It's one of those things again where like you when you're writing this kind of stuff, you have to. You have to write in these like black and white.
All the,
you have to okay, we're gonna represent both sides of this argument here. Shane is gonna say it's a baby, and then she's gonna say it's a fetus, and we're not ultimately gonna take a stance on whether it's right or not. But we are gonna at least pay lip service to it for 3 sentences.
Yeah, like we have to acknowledge that the choice is there, and even though
and then she wouldn't be evil for taking it. But
she's not gonna, but yeah,
because the first thing she mentions is adoption.
Mm-hmm.
In that just out of all the characters in this, Spike has the most interesting way of speaking.
Yeah.
Like the way her lines are written, like, well, there's people who can't have babies who would take other people's babies, and that's like all of her thoughts are just like one concise sentence,
mm-hmm.
and then that's it, and then the next person in the scene talks
and blathers a little bit and spirals, and
then she just says one line.
Yeah,
it's I don't know if that was a thing of like, we're asking a lot of this actress, this young actress.
Come to think of it, that was sort of the thought arc in Juno, right? Like she learns she's pregnant and she's like, oh, I'm just going to give it to a couple of nice lesbos.
Yeah.
I believe that's exactly the line.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, Spike and Juno.
Yeah. So one and the same.
It's a buddy comedy, really.
Yeah. But Shane comes to his senses, and then we are back at the clinic. He shows up like he should. He's gonna be there for Spike. He's gonna take his responsibility in this, and so they head in, and then they come out, and what happens?
And actually, I can't even remember now. Like, is it just like clear?
They
from
come out
her...
and they're holding hands.
Yeah.
And kind of somber, and the mom gets out of the car and is like, well.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Mom, I'm pregnant. And then that's your freeze frame for that episode.
Yeah.
Freeze frame. And then this is the if you know anything about Degrassi Junior High, this is probably what you know. Like, again, in our intro theme song, I'm in love with a girl named Spike. It is name checked. She had a baby when she was real young.
Yeah.
So there are two defining characteristics of Spike. One is the visual of her hair, and the other is that she had a baby.
Yes.
And she will be pregnant for much of the rest of the show.
I think the whole second season.
I think it's the whole
pregnancy.
The whole second season.
Yeah. And yes, spoiler, she has the baby. And she keeps it.
Yeah.
Thus, she had a baby when she was real young. And if you have seen the later generations, that baby goes to Degrassi later, and it's a whole,
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole epic arc of the Spike family. So yeah, there's an interaction between Spike and Shane and we were talking about this before we started recording. She says something like, I told you I didn't want to. And he says, well, you could have stopped me.
Yeah.
And she says, I tried to, sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
And I thought, again, like, you're trying to like check all the boxes. I think that was, in a sense, to be clear that this was consensual.
Yeah. And it's a little bit, it's like a little bit of that Monday morning quarterbacking of like, they're kind of going over it in their heads and like, well, yeah, did I, how much, and I think probably too, there's some of that female guilt in there, where even still to this day, women are not supposed to want sex or enjoy it or instigate it or anything. And yeah, she's like, well, I didn't want to because like, I kind of have to, it's like a baby, it's cold outside type of situation of like, like, and I think there's a little bit of that in there too. But yeah, I think it was that sort of thing of like, because maybe there was even somebody in the room that was like, hey, when the twins tried to find her, the door was locked and nobody responded when they furiously knocked on it. Should we do a scene to like make sure everybody knows?
And we just had the episode where Stephanie was nearly assaulted. So maybe Yeah, I don't know. I think there've been several times on the show where, and I guess it's mostly female characters, are clearly having this like microsecond where they're of two minds about something. And we talked about it with Stephanie. It happens a lot. Like she's not sure she wants to do XYZ thing, but she does it because she's not a child anymore. And I feel like that, and they don't show any. There's no Spike and Shane sex scene because this is. Well, I'm saying like teen TV today, there would be something.
Well, because they would be 30 years old.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So but what I'm saying is because we don't see them actually have sex or even get close to it, there's no opportunity to demonstrate, oh yes, this is or any of this, that it's consensual or that it's consensual, but, or, any of the, so we need this somewhat awkward scene later to sort of plant that seed.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know, like I just don't think anyone is ready at 13 to have sex. And there is this, she's got this feeling, which she's only realizing later, like, oh yeah, that tiny little feeling in the back of my head was actually the voice saying, no, you don't want to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think Spike's mom says anything about, we talked about this, I didn't want this for you, et cetera, et cetera. But I have seen other depictions of when a woman had a baby young and then that baby is now a teenager who's pregnant. Mm-hmm. And the mother frequently says, we talked about this. I didn't want this for you. I think this is an illustration of like, even if you think you talked about it, you need to talk about it again and be very explicit. And this is a condom and this is how it works. And and like, I see you're spending a lot of time with so-and-so. Let's talk about, I don't even know how you start that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you do that. I'm glad that I have not had to, but like, you might think you are ready for sex. You are not. Or let's talk about, if you think you are, how to be responsible, or, I don't even know how you do that. But basically it comes down to it is never too young to have a sex talk.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Mild tangent. I get so frustrated when I'm on, parenting message boards, whatever. And parents will be like, my daughter is 9 and she still thinks that the stork brings babies. When should I tell her? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Like you start this it is never one conversation. It is a series of conversations. And you start them very young before the kids know that sex is something to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
You start it when they're like 2 by talking about body parts. Mm-hmm. And, I got some help because our kid busted in the bathroom when I was changing my pad. And he looks and he goes, Mommy, you pooped. Well, I couldn't possibly let him think that I was just pooping in my underwear. So I had to explain, no, this is, sometimes moms bleed here. And that was the start of it.
Yeah.
It was no big deal. And then because he was like, whatever, as long as it's not poop, I don't really care. I'm going to go back and watch Dora.
He was like, oh, okay. But like but you're planting the seeds.
Yes.
Yeah. Up until like 5 or 6 years old, that's going to be their reaction. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. We also did have when we discovered the difference between some people have penises and some don't. Yeah. He was real big on, he'd go over everybody. So does Granddaddy have a penis?
Yeah.
Does Mama have a penis? When I tell you, I had never wanted to think about our neighbors and my in-laws and who among them had a penis.
Yeah.
Never, but I had to. So This is the downside of this. But yeah, you start all this early, and then I think it occurred to him to ask, but how does the sperm get to he was 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was in the car. So he was in the back seat and he couldn't see my face while I figured out how to do it, how to explain it. And then it was okay, well, you got to do it early.
Oh yeah.
Early and often.
For sure.
So yeah, I hate it when kids are like, oh, my 12-year-old doesn't know. She's going to get her period soon. What should I tell her? Right. Oh my God.
Jeez.
What I'm going to tell you is you're a moron. But anyway, that is not necessarily Spike's problem, but that is my soapbox of, have the conversation early and often.
Yeah. The event of events has happened.
Yes. Look forward to more drama.
Yeah.
Because I believe next episode, actually, let me look it up. Next episode, we talk about it some more.
Yeah.
And then all next season she's pregnant.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like this isn't one of those things where you can just be like, oh, it happened in this one episode and then that was it.
Yeah. No, this is
you got it. Yeah, you've got to dwell on it for an episode or two.
Yes. Well, and as a pregnancy takes 9 months,
that too, but like,
yeah. Speaking of, okay, so next episode is called Parents' Night. Yay. Okay. Joey, Snake, and Wheels form a band. I would say this is definitely lower tier than Spike, but the Zit Remedy and their one song, Everybody Wants Something, I've been waiting for them to turn up. Joey unsuccessfully tries to lie his way out of Parents' Night after being given advice by Snake. Wheels receives an unexpected visit from his biological father. Meanwhile, Spike mulls over her choices with the baby and argues with Shane. When she asks Wheels, who is having conflicted feelings about being adopted, for advice, it inadvertently helps the both of them. So, yeah, Spike is not sure what to do, I guess, and has to make a decision.
Yes.
So, yeah, so a lot of these episodes it's been easy to see sort of a connection between the storylines and, what's the moral of the episode. And I don't really know what it is here, except for maybe, like, I think, It's Late is obviously Spike's period.
Yes.
But I think there is something in, Yick and Melanie are having this very refreshing, innocent, awkward kind of sort of a courtship and a date.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what you're supposed to be doing at 12.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, Spike is grown up real fast.
Yes.
And I think the idea of, I have to be having sex with my boyfriend in a room at a party because everyone else is, or everyone expects it or whatever. Like, no, you don't.
She even says, I wanted him to like me.
Yeah. If there is a moral, I think it is like, do things on your own timeline and don't let anyone else tell you what to do. For example, don't let Joey Jeremiah tell you that you need to have sex because everyone's counting on you or whatever.
Yes, jeez.
Yeah. Which I suppose then, there probably is some 13-year-old who's like, oh, yeah, no, this is on my timeline.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, be responsible.
Sure. Yeah.
If you can't be responsible, then it is not the right time. Yeah. Yeah. So, did you watch this episode in health class? I'm assuming that was like the whole point of the series.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is the episode that caused us to have to like take a permission slip home.
Unsurprisingly, this is one of the ones that the BBC wouldn't show.
Yes.
Until seeing all these things that the BBC was afraid of. Like, if you don't have this episode, which leads to so much
which
stuff
is also
later.
Like, really weird. Of like, just a handful of episodes later, this character's pregnant, and you're like, what happened?
Or did and as we've seen, the next episode is dealing with the pregnancy, and I think the one after that, and like, yeah. Anyway, I don't remember my parents having strong feelings about it. I think, like I said at some point earlier, I think they were like, well, it's on PBS, so it must be fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, they were, I encourage parents having sex talks with their kids. I don't think that they wanted to have a sex talk with me. So they were like, here's this media that'll do it for us. Like, my mom left her copy of Our Bodies, Ourselves out and was like, there's a book that you can read.
She likes reading books. She'll pick it up.
You can do that. And it seemed to work fine, but I don't recommend that for other people. But so I don't remember them having a strong reaction to this, but I think a lot of people's parents did.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even though like this is happening in a TV show because it happens in real life. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anything else to? Yeah, it's hard to be quite as carefree about this episode as we have been about other ones because this is a deeper subject matter.
But. Yeah, no, I think that's it. Like this, like I said, this is the one. Like this is the canon event that sparks the Degrassi verse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, folks, we would love to know what you think of this episode. If you watched this when it first aired or nearabouts, what was your reaction to Spike being pregnant? What was the reaction of the adults in your life? Did anybody freak out? Etc. Let us know. You can get in touch with us in a couple different ways. You can send us an email. We're at ysmypodcast, ysmy for you show me yours at gmail.com. or you can find us on Facebook, same handle. You can send us a DM, or you can go to our feed where we have links to all of our latest episodes. In 2026, we have new episodes every single Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month. We're doing our usual YSMY thing and watching movies and television that we loved before the first date. And then all the rest of the Wednesdays of the month, we're rewatching Degrassi Junior High. So next time, as I said, we have Parents' Night, and the Zit Remedy shows up, and Wheels and Spike talk about adoption and what it's like.
Sweet.
So, well, we will see you then with that. In the meantime, this has been You Show Me Yours. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.